Hey everybody, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
And I'm Nick Kinzel.
And guys, we got some champions in the house right now.
Yeah.
Ben Rhodes wins the Truck Series Championship, and old Daniel Hemrick wins the Xfinity Series Championship for his first goddamn win. Are you kidding me, man?
I'll cheers to that. Oh,
Right, just cracking one open. I love it.
Cracking one open on a Monday night.
It's got to be like your 25th in 72 hours or so.
Yeah, I'll tell you, when I looked at my floor on Sunday morning and saw the damage that I did, I was like, oh, all right, let's roll. I'll talk a little bit more about all that stuff once we talk about the Xfinity Series race, because yeah, what a wild night. Just can't believe it. Like here we are now 2 days later, and it still hasn't really sunk in for me yet that it's over.
Yeah,
the curse is fucking over.
And Mike, you got to see your boy win the Truck Series Championship. My God, man.
Yeah, that was absolutely unreal. I thought at the end of that race, he gave it away when Zane Smith kind of drove away from him. I was just like, man, I just can't have anything nice around here, I guess, man. My Ben was looking good all race, and just out of nowhere, Zane Smith gets bad fast, but he stayed on it, man, kept fighting, kept grinding away. Next thing you know, he's right there on that ass, puts a little chrome horn on him, and we are the Truck Series champions. Only to be outdone by that post-race press conference.
Oh yeah.
So I was on some Ben Rhodes type level on Saturday night after that checker flag fell. It might not have been off the Bud Lights, but me and Benjamin, we were on the same level.
All right. So I know, Mike, you don't have a diecast for your diecast of the week, but Nick, what you got for us, brother?
Dude, I've probably played this diecast so many times this season, but now I can play it with purpose because I got the championship sponsor on this race car. Oh man, Daniel Hemrick, Poppy Bank car, champions, race winners. But now I'm finally gonna get to with this championship win. Hopefully the orders go through, and I will be getting the championship race win diecast, the diecast that'll say Xfinity Championship on the roof. So look for some new Daniel Hemrick merch. Can't wait. But yeah, kudos to Poppy Bank for sticking with this guy for the last 3 years, because they could have said no. They could have walked away, and he wouldn't be where he is now. So kudos to Poppy Bank. Yeah, I still can't believe it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. They've stuck around for, him throughout, 3 different teams so far. So pretty cool to see a dedicated sponsor like that. And especially now with him gifting them a championship.
He gives them a championship. So yeah, I can't believe it.
It's badass, brother.
I can't believe it.
All right, guys. And this weekend, Kyle Larson obviously won the Cup Series championship, and he tied Jimmy Johnson for 10 wins and winning a championship. So I figured I bring out Jimmy Johnson's final ride, obviously a year ago at Phoenix Raceway. Pretty cool freaking paint scheme that they did for Ally for his final ride. Wasn't a big fan of the original scheme that they did, but with adding that silver in it, that just made it look even more badass.
That is a pretty sweet diecast. Even if it is a Jimmy Johnson diecast, I'll allow it.
Right. I'm not a big Jimmy Johnson fan, but I feel like I had to get that his final ride. I got Tony Stewart's final ride. I got Junior's. I might as well have gotten Jimmy Johnson's.
I can't believe it's already been a year that he's been removed from the Cup Series. His exit last year, it was just kind of pushed under the rug when Chase Elliott won the championship. It's just like, later, bro. That's what I kind of wish he kind of would have stuck around for one more year. So because Phoenix was only at like 25% capacity last year for the championship race. I think.
And how many races were at 0 with the COVID?
Yeah, many. He really didn't get a farewell season. So that's why I was kind of hoping that he might have stuck around for one more year. But he's doing IndyCar stuff now, and he looks pretty happy with it.
Yeah. All right, guys. So let's go through this crazy weekend at Phoenix Raceway that we just had. John Hunter Nemechek, the championship leader in the trucks, plagued by issues throughout this whole race. Early trouble with getting a tire cut, then his tire went down, and he was just fighting to get back up front all day long. Chandler Smith, non-playoff driver, he looked really fast, dominating all day, fighting with Sheldon Creed. Chandler Smith, he gets that win, but then it is Ben Rhodes against Zane Smith for the title. Zane Smith looked like he was gone, but then old Ben Rhodes gave him the bump and run, then went on to take that lead in the championship run and get his first Truck Series championship. And like we said, of course, he had the best press conference that we've ever seen. Brad Keselowski Jr., ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that, man? I could watch that thing on a loop all day long. That was hilarious. Listen to Ben all boozed up. Yeah, what a race, though. The battle for the lead, most of the race was really good. Ben kind of led for the most of the playoff drivers, that battle for a lot of the race. But out of nowhere, Zane Smith just got bad fast right at the end. They kept working on that truck all night long. And the next thing you know, he was pushing right up there with Ben, got past Ben, and just kind of went away. So this was a pretty exciting finish to what would be a pretty exciting weekend overall, man. So, yeah, I was a happy dude on Friday night, that's for sure.
Could you imagine if Zane Smith would have won the championship? He would have done it by only having 3 top 5s on the season. How insane! He finishes the year with 2 top 5s. He finishes the year. Well, where did Zane Smith even finish? I don't think he finished in the top 5. I think he finished like 6th. So that man, you looking it up?
Yeah, I've got the app loading right now.
So he only had 2 top 5s on the year. What a story that would have been. But Benjamin Rhodes, man, we talked about it. He's been the consistent driver all season long. That's what got him to this point. And he just
finished 5th.
Oh, he finished 5th. Okay, so he finishes the year with 3 top 5s, but nonetheless, that would have been the lowest amount of top 5s for a champion in NASCAR history, and that would have been a little sour look right there. But Ben Rhodes, season of consistency, and when he had the chance to move that 21 up the track, he did it. He didn't wreck him. That's clean bump and run move right there for a championship. 21's got to know it's coming, so I couldn't be happier for Ben Rhodes for all he's done for Mike over the years. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, Ben Rhodes, he did what he had to do at the end. And this really just kind of proved that Phoenix, I think it's a good championship track at this point. It puts on good racing at the end. You get good old bump and runs like that. And that was just phenomenal. Good job, Ben Rhodes, man.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah.
And Chandler Smith, man, he is showing up for Kyle Busch Motorsports. He's showing that he belongs in this series. He could be a good playoff contender next year.
That's about damn time somebody in that 18 truck steps up and does something.
Yeah, it's been a while since someone won in that truck since Noah.
Man.
So the only thing he's really not great at is high fives and fist bump. I don't know if you guys saw that after the race, but that was a swing and a miss.
Oh, man.
He was happy. He was stoked.
He was happy, but yeah. What John Hunter Nemechek, baby. Wow. What an unfortunate turn of events for him, having that flat tire so early on. He didn't really look good, though, in practice or in qualifying. So, I don't know. He just didn't have the best truck.
It seems like the 18 and the 4 kind of swapped engines.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just was not fast, which is weird to see. And then they had that damage early in the race. He just could never really rebound all the way. And then finally, once he did get on the lead lap, we just hit green. So there was really nothing he could do. Just didn't have the time. I really feel like had there been one more caution, he was fast at the end there. He was really fast at the end. I think it would have been really close.
I think he finished 7th in that race, I want to say. So had he gotten that last caution, well, that would have been exciting between him and the 99.
Right, because if you remember too, he was at that point, he was just so much faster than anyone else. Like he was catching Ben and everybody else at a pretty good clip, and just ran out of laps to get it done.
Yeah, well, that's these NASCAR playoffs, man. We talk about
Yep.
it. You got to show up for one race, and he did not show up early on in that one, and it cost him. Still, he set out what he wanted to do this year, and that was to come back and win. And now he's won some races. He won 5 of them. Still a very good season, and he's going to come back next year even more fired up to go out and do it again.
Oh yeah, dude. He's gonna get like 8 wins with the way that he was going this year, and now he's all fired up. He's got this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting to see. Hard to call this season a failure by any stretch for the 4 team. Like you guys said, they won a boatload of races, did just about everything he was supposed to do this year except win that championship. And I mean, even that, the damage really wasn't his fault. Just a goofy start the race there, and not really much he could do. So I got a feeling he'll be back, and he'll be back with a vengeance next year.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So let's move on to the Xfinity Series race. AJ Allmendinger, he just didn't have the speed at all throughout this race. Kind of looked like John Hunter Nemechek in the Truck Series race. Just didn't have it at all. Noah Gragson, he was kind of plagued by slow pit stops, overdrove his car there at the end into the wall, but it was Daniel Hemrick and Austin Cindric for the finish. It looked like Cindric, the 22, was just driving away, but then on that final lap, Daniel Hemrick just drove it in there on that final turn, drove into that 22, and got his first win and the championship. What a storybook ending to this season.
We talked about this for our championship preview show. What does Daniel Hemrick have to do to go out and win this championship? And one of the big things we talked about was the aggression. He's got to be more aggressive, and his team was firing him up on that radio before that last restart. And once that restart was in the air, I thought the 22 just took off. I didn't think Hemrick was going to have a shot at him. He was able to stick with them, but down the backstretch for that final time, I was like, all right, well, it's over. But lo and behold, here comes that 18 on a piss missile, sending it in there. And again, just like what Ben Rhodes had to do on Friday night, it's the bump and run. This is for a championship. This is for a guy who is still looking to prove himself, get his first win, and he did it.
Stay side by side.
Come on!
Now the 18 does
Come on!
one more chance. The 22 in front. The 18 closing the gap.
Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Champions, baby! Daniel Hemrick is the champion!
History.
Woo! Woo! Yeah, baby, yeah!
And oh man, it's never gonna get old hearing Rick Allen say Daniel Hemrick's a champion, and then we finally get to see the freaking backflip that we've been waiting so long to see. Man, what a way to end your season right there. But he did it. He did it because he was aggressive at the end, and that's what he had to do to win that fucking race.
I could just hear, I wasn't obviously states and states away from you, but I could hear you yelling it from my living room during that race.
Well, yeah, I decided to videotape myself for my reaction just in case it happened. All right, so I was watching it off of the NBC Sports app on my TV, so I muted the group chat because I knew that I was like a minute behind. So I muted everybody that I possibly could, just so I didn't know. And then one of Dalton's friends, Jared, on Twitter, I get a notification that says, Zell824, congrats, man. I was like, what are you congratulating me on for? We still got half a lap to go here. And then I was like, oh, shit. And then as you can see in my video, oh, my God. Oh, dude.
I'm going to be putting the video in there.
Yeah, you got to put the video in there.
Yeah.
That it just still doesn't feel real. It really doesn't. And like,
does that "We Are the Champions" video still exist on Twitter, or did you take that down?
I have the video saved on my phone, but Once I saw it the next morning, I was like, oh God.
Yeah, dude, I was looking at your
Hey.
Twitter. I was like, oh, he's got some deleting to do in the morning.
Oh, dude, your Twitter Sunday morning was an absolute treasure. Just all the incoherent shit you were talking to everyone that ever talked any kind of trash about Hemrick.
Oh yeah, dude, this was all built up, man. This was built up, dude. I've been saying it. It has been 8 fucking years since a driver I pulled for won a goddamn race, and the first one for Daniel Hemrick is like for a championship. Are you kidding me? Oh man, does this rank higher than a Trevor Bayne Daytona 500? Absolutely, it does. Because like I said, that was my first ever NASCAR race, so I still didn't really know much about it. So this one ranks definitely at the top now. And like I could have quit. I could have quit on this guy, but I didn't. I could have just said I'm gonna go root for some top dog, like I'm rooting for Denny Hamlin in the Cup Series now, because I've had enough pain up on that side, but I could have just given up on him. I didn't, and that's why.
Look where you're at, Bubba.
That's why you saw my emotion on Saturday, what it was, because I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
Well, that's what
I
makes
couldn't
the
believe
winning
how many.
sweeter, though. You know, it's one thing to root for a guy that wins all the time, and I'm sure after a while it's like, all right, hey, hooray, we won again, cool. But when you stick with somebody like that, that's been through so much, you know, had all the adversities he had to deal with, losing his ride, pretty undeservingly, really, over at RCR, all the bouncing around from junior motorsports and everything to become an Xfinity Series champion, you know, walk off the season with his first career win. Man, then everything you put into being a fan of his, it does not get better than that, my friend.
It really doesn't. Like it's incredible. And like hearing Hemrick in his press conference, he took a chance on himself this year. He's only got paid for top 5 finishes. That to me was just a mind-blowing stat, right? Or mind-blowing feature right there.
That's just
that was
his contract.
That was his contract right there. But it was to go drive for Joe Gibbs Racing in one of the best cars, and he made the most of it. He walked it off. He got that win. He walked it off with the championship, and now he's moving on to college racing next year, and I cannot wait to see what him and AJ Allmendinger are able to accomplish over there. Because, hey, I got to give thanks to AJ Allmendinger. Without him wrecking himself, who knows if we're talking about this today. So,
right.
Yeah.
That's a good teammate.
That's a great teammate right there.
But that's
man,
cool because AJ Allmendinger, he went over and congratulated Daniel Hemrick. So that was pretty cool. And then I think Matt Collick and Chris Rice both went over to Daniel Hemrick and congratulated him.
They're like, that's our boy right there.
We got a champion.
We got a champion. But no, just the support that Hemrick got after the race. Bubba Wallace was there. They're great friends. Chase Elliott congratulating him. Denny Hamlin congratulating him because that's Denny Hamlin's pit crew on that 18 car. So just the outcry and the support that I saw for Hemrick, that made it even sweeter. That everybody was happy for him, and he did it. He did it the right way. He did it. It was clean. Dale Jr. and Steve Letarte saying that's a clean move right there. It's for a championship. He didn't. What he really could have done, he could have drove it in deep. He could have turned his steering wheel to the right, and he could have clipped the 22 and send him around. That's just hard racing at the end there for a championship. That's really the first time I've seen Daniel Hemrick aggressive like that. So it couldn't have come at a better time. Champions, baby. They can't take that away from us. I've probably watched Rick Allen call Daniel Hemrick a champion like 300 times now because it's never going to go away. I probably watched the finish to that race at least 150 times. It's can't take it away, man. And champions.
Yeah, man. As a Noah Gragson fan,
oh my god.
Yeah, man. As a Noah Gragson fan, I was jumping up and down. I was screaming at the TV. I was so goddamn happy for Daniel Hemrick, and I was mostly happy for you, motherfucker, because you've been waiting for this for a long time.
Long time coming, boys. Long time coming, but champions at last.
There you go, buddy. All right, guys, let's move on to the Cup Series race. We had Kyle Larson. Guys, we had practice and qualifying back this weekend, and Kyle Larson got the pole for qualifying. So him and his teammate Chase Elliott led the field to green. And then early in this race, Corey LaJoie getting really aggressive with Bubba Wallace. Don't know what the hell that was for, but when Bubba got out of his car, he gave old Corey LaJoie a round of applause for what happened out there.
Yeah, Corey, you owe your buddy a strawberry daiquiri after that one, pal. That's for damn sure.
No kidding. And then LaJoie getting involved in another wreck with Ricky Wreckhouse out there. He's just all over the place on Sunday.
Corey was like, I'm going out swinging this year, guys. I don't give a shit anymore.
And then, guys, it was too little too late for the 4-car, but Kevin Harvick, he actually showed some race-winning speed on Sunday. I was really surprised. I was like, all right, it took us all year to the final race to actually look like we're going to win a goddamn race.
Well, it wasn't just him. It was the whole organization. All those cars were in the top 10 at one point. Cole Custer had a nice showing.
Yeah.
Chase Briscoe was up in the top 10 till he wrecked. And then Eric
how about
Almirola.
that rocket that was the 10 car, huh?
Yeah, what the fuck? Eric Almirola finishing 6th?
I mean, he looked really fast at Martinsville last week, too. It's like this guy gets fast at really weird tracks.
I don't understand, but yeah. I mean, cool to see SHR go out with some speed, but brand new car next year, so it don't really mean that much.
We're all everyone's starting over, so we have a chance to be good again. And then Truex, Elliott, Hamlin, they all kind of showed off their muscles a little bit, but it was Kyle Larson that won the gun show, got his 10th win of the season and his first championship in the NASCAR Cup Series. His first year with Hendrick Motorsports, guys. This is the only beginning for the 5-car.
Yeah. Maybe not exactly who I wanted to see win the championship, but you can't argue anybody's more deserving than Kyle Larson. That was about as dominant a season as you could have. Was that 10 race wins on the year? Set the record for most laps led in a single season. Just went out and got it done. I mean, what more can you say? I mean, you can't have a more deserving champion than you did in Kyle Larson.
No, exactly.
He could really thank his pit crew there, because remember that caution came out. If that caution didn't come out, it was Martin Truex Jr. and Denny Hamlin. Those were the two. The gift cars on the long run were the best cars out there. So once that caution came out, Kyle Larson's pit crew stepped up to the plate and they fucking nailed it. Got him out first, and then it was just game over for there. He checked out. Truex had nothing for him. Denny went away. Chase went away. So, yeah, nobody at the beginning of the season saw this coming. We were all thinking it'd be pretty cool if maybe Kyle Larson wins a race or two. But no, let's go out and win 10. Let's lead the most laps. Let's go out and do that.
And he put up numbers compared to Dale Earnhardt with twice getting 3 wins in a row, beating out Jeff Gordon for most laps led in the season, and then tying Jimmy Johnson for 10 wins and a championship in 1 year. This guy is already, being compared to some of the greats in this sport. I just can't wait to see what he fucking does with the rest of his career.
Well, remember, go ahead.
I said, you already saw, people tweeting guys like Tony Stewart. Congratulations, the greatest race car driver I've ever seen. And, this is just the beginning for this dude at Hendrick Motorsports. I mean, this is literally year 1. Things can get a little weird as we're going to the new car next year. You don't know who's going to be strong, who won't be. Sometimes these things have a way of balancing themselves out. Something we've talked about during the year too. Chevy definitely had an advantage this year with the newest body type and the new nose. Does that kind of come back to the center a little bit? But the good ones always find a way. So all that stuff be damned. Kyle Larson in really, really good equipment, man.
It's scary. Remember when Kyle Larson was coming up and people were saying, oh, he's the next Jeff Gordon. And we were like, no, the fuck he isn't. That's when he was in the 42 car. Wasn't really able to show off what he could really do. Once he stuck foot in that 5 car, what the hell?
And now I'm like, man, he could be better than Jeff Gordon.
We'll just have to see what happens with the cars here and how
I mean,
Because
it's Kyle Larson, dude.
the
This
new
guy
car-
steps into any race car and he freaking dominates.
Because with the new car, it kind of levels the playing field for everybody. So we're just gonna have to see how it goes. But yeah, one of the arguably the greatest comeback stories in NASCAR history, right there. Dude didn't even have a job. He got fired last year. He was watching this race in the Hendrick War Room last year, and now here he is a year later, hoisting that trophy. This is probably the most deserving Cup championship since Truex did it back in 2017.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kudos.
I mean,
Kudos to Kyle. He just straight up went out, whooped everyone's ass. Yeah.
Kyle understood the assignment. All right, guys. And then some closing thoughts to end our season. Guys, this was the final race for Chip Ganassi. They've been in the sport for a long time. Good to see them cap it off with a win with Kurt Busch at Atlanta this year to end their tenure over at NASCAR. But it's really going to suck to see them go. No longer seeing that 42 or that one car anymore for Chip.
yeah, sad to see, a team like that go. But you know what? Really exciting to see what's going to happen with Trackhouse now. So Chip Ganassi will still be in racing. He's still going to have his IndyCar team, and he's still going with his IMSA stuff too, right?
Yeah, they're still sticking around.
Yeah, so he'll still be in the paddock, just different place than the NASCAR boys will be week in and week out. So we'll still get to see Chip around and stuff. But yeah, thanks for everything you guys have done for our sport. Talking about Kyle Larson, he gave that young man an opportunity. So
yeah, how weird is it that Kyle Larson wins a championship on the final race for Chip Ganassi Racing? That's it's pretty weird.
no, yeah, definitely.
All right, guys. And then still unknown for Ryan Newman if he's going to be racing next year. He said he just hasn't seen enough data to be sure if this car is actually safe or not. But he said that it's not a question that he's never going to race again. So,
I totally respect that man's decision. Hell, last year we thought Ryan Newman was dead. So I totally get it. There's definitely not enough data yet. We're really going to see how safe these cars are once we see that first wreck happen. That's really what it's going to take.
Daytona.
That's where you're going to get your data from. So, yeah, this could be the end of the Rocket Man. So, what a career he had. 51 poles. He was the man.
God. Yeah, dude. He was back in the day, man. It was annoying to watch qualifying because he was always getting them poles, man. He was literally the goddamn Rocket Man back in the day when he was in that 12 car.
He was the man. Had that 8-win season. Fell short of a title. That was the year Matt Kenseth won the championship.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be weird not seeing Ryan Newman in a race car next year. But I mean, you got to understand. Dude almost lost his life last year.
Yeah, so, safety first.
Yeah, if there's anybody that gets a pass on the safety thing, man, it's got to be him with everything he went through.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially a guy that went for an engineering career, engineering degree at Purdue. So smart guy.
Yeah.
I will say this though, I will still be laughing that he never got a win in the 6 car because Jack Roush's comments bringing him in. He's like, Trevor ain't coming back. He ain't gonna drive this car. I need to put someone in this car that can win. Oh, yeah, good job, buddy. How'd that work out for you? 25th in points.
Yeah, going
this year?
on your 3rd driver now with Brad coming over. Still no wins.
25th in points this year? Oh, yeah. Great improvement, bud. They did make the playoffs in Newman's first year. He looked really good. And then obviously with what happened last year, but great season this year. Rocket Man, 25th in points. That's a winner in my books.
Ooh.
I love how you were just praising him and now you're just talking shit about him.
Yeah.
Once you started talking about him being in the 6 car, once you started talking about being in the 6 car, like, nah, fuck him, fuck Roush.
Nope. I'm just saying.
This was drunk Saturday night Twitter Nick kind of talk that's going on right now.
Hey, this is what Jack Roush said he was going to do. He said he's going to put a winner in that car. What did he do? He didn't put a winner in that car. So that old man can off. Happy Christmas and a merry off season, Jack.
Oh,
Ooh.
damn.
I will never forgive that man or that organization. They can always burn in hell.
God damn, man.
Nick coming with the takes today, boys and girls.
Shots fired. I'm a champion now. I don't give
he's
a
happy.
I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck.
He goes full Conor McGregor after a win, huh?
I don't give a fuck.
Ryan Newman, who the fuck is that guy?
Honestly, hey man, I'm just saying what Jack's saying. He said he was gonna put a winner in the car. He didn't do it. So congratulations, bud.
All right, guys, that will about wrap it up for our show. You're good spot to wrap it up for our show, but that will cap our season. We will be coming back throughout the off season to be doing little shows here and there. But guys, for now, how was that 2021 season across trucks, Xfinity, and Cup?
You know, I thought it was a bunch of bullshit when the ads and everything came out. It really might have been the best season ever. Like, honestly, like you stop and think, both of our boys won championships in their respective levels. We got to see one of the most dominant performances in a stock car ever out of Kyle Larson this year, win a championship. Bubba got his first win. Blaney had a breakout season. We got to go to a bunch of cool races together and kind of, get to meet a couple of our buddies for the first time. It's like, it really might have been the best season ever. Really might have.
I agree with you there, buddy.
The NASCAR marketing team, they nailed that one. I would have to say this one definitely ranks up near the top. Yeah, won a championship. Can't complain about that. Phoenix Raceway has a special place in my heart forever now, and I'm already ready for next year. Let's do it.
Absolutely, boys. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning into the Stock Car Spectacle. Make sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell so you get notifications every time we upload new content. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And make sure to follow our good buddy Dalton Good for designing our new logo that we have displayed right here on the screen. So, guys, give him a follow if you need some digital artwork done. He does a fantastic job. So, guys, that will wrap it up for us. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
And I'm Nick Kinsler.
And we'll see you guys next time.